Hi, welcome back to Circuits with Angel. Today we're going to build a flip-flop, and it is important to understand because it is a gateway to the world of the most basic integrated circuits, like the 555 timer. Inside the 555 timer, we'll find a miniaturized version of the flip-flop. 555s are important because they are one of the most commonly used integrated circuits in the world. Flip-flops bring together everything we have learned about electronics so far. The resistors, the capacitors, the transistors, and of course, the power supplies. If you do not know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch my basic electronics videos. There will be links in the description. An important use for flip-flops is that they can store binary data, like bits, which you may remember as ones and zeros, which represent on and off. That is a subject for another video, but this is very important to remember because it stores all the data on all the electronic devices. Okay, let's start building our circuit. Let's put our transistors in 9 spaces apart from each other, 1 row below the power lines. Let's connect the 10K to the base of the transistors, making them 3 spaces away from the emitter or collector. Then we connect those two 10Ks with a jumper wire. Then we connect both of the 100 microfarad capacitors from the base to the row in front of it. Then we connect 470 ohm resistors to the capacitor up to 4 rows ahead of those capacitors. Let's put in the LEDs. Let's connect the collector of the transistor. One to the emitter of the transistor. 2. Connect the capacitors to the collectors of the transistors. I made a mistake here, and I will fix it. Connect transistor's 1's emitter to the positive rail, and connect the jumper wire's left side to the negative rail. Flip-flops work by having the capacitors charge up from the resistor and slowly discharge into the base of the transistor, which lets the LED fade, and then the energy goes to the other side and charges up the other capacitor, which then discharges, and the cycle repeats. Alright, now that that explanation is over, let's get to our points. 1. Flip-flops are an important circuit that we must understand how to build because it explains the basic functions of transistors working together with capacitors, alongside resistors. It is the end road for understanding the most basic electronics and the beginning of our journey in learning more complex circuits. 2. Flip-flops are inside the 555 timer, which is the most basic IC chip, which will allow us to learn more about computers, the things that make them, and microcontrollers like the Arduino or Raspberry Pis. 3. Flip-flops can store binary data. You can also see this in a bistable 555 timer circuit, which we will have a video on making sometime later in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.